What's up, y'all? Welcome back. I'm back with your Haves and the Have-Nots review. I got my scarf on today because Tyler Perry snatched some wigs with the end of this episode. First of all, let me just say, I was about to come on here and tell y'all that this episode 3 and I'm bored. And Having the Have-Nots is my favorite show. I found myself dozing off. I dozed off on the part. I think Jim called somebody, and I don't even know. Like, I dozed off for that quick second, and I felt myself dozing. I was like, "Bitch, wake the fuck up! You got to get through this." So I jumped up to finish watching it, but I was tired as shit. That's how boring it was. This is the 3rd episode, and I am bored. Like, the past Have and Have Not seasons, the episodes, like, pick up. I don't know what Tyler Perry doing and what he got in store. Maybe he got a explosive season coming, like he's trying to build up to something. But I was just like, okay, no. I even had in my mind, like, okay, I'm about to not even review this rest of this season. But anyway, season 5, episode 3, Undercover Vice. Let's jump into it. So it starts off with Benny and Hannah. Remember last episode, Benny and Hannah bumped into each other at the hospital because he was dropping off Veronica. So basically, they going back and forth. Hannah cussing Benny out. Like, I told you to stay away from that woman. She crazy. Benny trying to say she not crazy. I got this, mom. I just dropping her off, doing her favor. Hannah's like, that girl's going to get you caught up in some stuff. Just going back and forth. Hannah's still on her shit. She's still upset. She just lost her grandbaby. So, she not fucking with... I felt like I ain't fucking with nobody. I felt like Beyonce. I'm like, damn, Hannah ain't fucking with nobody. She even got smart when Mitch walked up. So then it jumps straight back to Candice. She's at the hotel. She meets this new guy. And basically, she asks him, like, damn, well, where's your credit card? Buy me a drink. Like, get me a bottle. And I'm just like, damn, she coming off at the dude, like, real on some disrespectful stuff. And the dude just like, like, he giggling too, like, oh, you're a feisty one. And I'm like, well, damn, Candice, let the man, like, sit down, woo them a little bit or something first. But Candice was not with it. She was just ready to get the business. She was ready to get the business. So right after that, you get Landon and Charles. Landon like Charles, flirting with Charles, trying to get him to come on to him. Basically, it's not happening, though. To me, it seems like Charles is waiting for Landon to make a move. They're making little flirtatious things. Charles is trying to play like he don't know Landon is gay, talking about, oh, I better not find out you're running around with little girl. It's just so stupid. And I'm like, okay. So then Charles trying to act like he's drunk and he needs to take a nap. And you see Landon go get the tray. And Landon's taking off his clothes, and then Charles is taking off his clothes, and Landon's moving slow with the tray, walking out the room, trying to, like, get peeks. Honestly, I thought that he was going to pull a stunt, like, try to drop the tray, so then Charles can jump up and help him, and then they be picking the stuff up, and then probably kiss. That's what I thought was going to take place, but it didn't. Charles ended up laying down, and Landon walked out, but I think something's going to happen there. Landon might try to come on to him, and Charles might be like, I'm not with it, or he's going to wait for him to make the first move and then be with it. Whatever. So the detective, we jump to a scene where the detectives grab Jeffrey. They take him in the room. They're basically, George Lynn is the detective name. They're basically trying to get him to talk. He like, look, I'm not fucking talking to y'all. Where's my lawyer? He's like, why is your lawyer here? Your mom says she's representing you. He was like, my mom's not fucking representing me. My dad's representing me. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I'm not saying another word. Get my dad here. Send me back to my cell. So they threatened him with charges and this and that. And it was just a whole bunch of mess. So then right after that, jump to the scene with David and Erica. They sitting on the floor. More flirting. Erica's basically trying to pretend... Erica's basically making David fall in love. she's trying to seem like she's just this humble girl that appreciates his help, but she's not. She's woozing him and he's falling for it, not realizing that this is what she's doing. So she's basically trying to get him for everything he has and he's not realizing it. So basically she was like, I can't possibly like move in with you. We don't know each other, blah, blah, blah. So he was like, I think we're past that. You should definitely move in. And then she was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And then boom, she's moving in. Like she agreed to stay. So next thing you know, Erica says, oh my God, the cops is at the door. And they look up and it's Justin weirdo ass at the door. Goes to the door. Justin tells him Jeffrey's in the hospital. Your wife turned him into the cops for the murder of Quincy. And, you know, you need to go. So David goes, runs off to Jeffrey. Fucking Justin sitting in the car. Wyatt calls Jeffrey's phone. Justin has his phone. And he's going back and forth with Wyatt. Like, don't fucking call his phone again. And Wyatt like, yo, this jealous streak you got? Like, come on, grow the fuck up. Like, we're friends. But he's like, don't ever call his fucking phone again. If you call his phone, I'm going to break your face. So he hung up. Wyatt said, oh, this fucking little bitch, I'm going to call back. So he called the phone back. He picked up the phone and Justin was like, are you home? He was like, yes. He was like, I'm on my way there to fuck you up. And hung up on him. And then Wyatt was like, this little bitch. Like, kept calling him like, you little bitch. So, let me go back to the part when Jeffrey was being interviewed by the detectives. The detective straight up called Jeffrey out like, do you know who Justin is? Aren't you sleeping with him? His wife knows that y'all sleeping together. And Jeffrey was like, I have nothing to say. Get my dad. Like, get my dad. So that whole thing is going to tie up into, you know, whatever charges or whatever he may get or may not get. So next you get this scene with Kathleen and Derek. Derek was the one who fixed the sink at Hannah's house. Catherine's trying to play damage control and hook Hannah up with somebody. Basically, long story short, Catherine made the sink leaky on purpose so Derek can go over there and Hannah can fall helplessly in love with him and they could get together. But we all know how uptight Candice is, so it didn't. Hannah is, so it didn't work. So she basically was just like, give me your phone. Like, I'm gonna put the number in there so you can, she can call you or some shit like that. Basically, Catherine want them two together. So Derek basically breaks the news to Catherine about Veronica being in the hospital. Veronica didn't know. I'm sorry. Catherine didn't know that Veronica was in the hospital. All these fucking names and scenes just be fucking me up, y'all. So y'all gotta bear with me. So she was like, yeah, I'll get to calling her. So next we go to Melissa. Melissa's being stubborn still. She don't want to get tested. She just wants to leave the hospital. So she basically tells them doctors, fuck no. So then we go back to the bar where Candice is chilling at. And her friend Rocky, which is the bar owner or barmaid, bar manager dude, they're sitting there talking. He's basically letting her know that the police is there asking questions, looking for hookers that's hookering in the hotel, and they're watching. So one cop came up to Candice basically trying to talk to her. And Candice was like, you're a cop. I'm not the fuck stupid. Get the fuck out. So the cop was like, well, since I'm court, why don't you know there's corners for hookers like you? And Candice was like, bitch, I'm not a fucking hooker. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't come at me with that bullshit. Like, go ahead. Even though we all know Candice is a fucking hooker. Basically, what she's doing, she's a hooker. So that happened. So then we jump to a scene. Melissa goes in the room with Veronica, sits on the bed, and was like, ooh, bitch, you look a mess. And so she's taunting Veronica because Veronica is down and out. So they're basically going back and forth. Veronica's still trying to play tough. Melissa's like, bitch, I'm not scared of you no more. I'm on my own or whatever. Keep fucking with me. I'll kill this baby. So she went in Veronica's purse to take money out. Veronica's like, girl, get off my purse. And she's like, bitch, I'll take whatever I want out this purse. And she took the credit card and she hit herself in the stomach like that. Like, I'm carrying this baby. And Melissa is just over Veronica and her shit. She's not scared of her no more. So then you get George Lynn. He's going over Veronica's case. Now, Jeffrey's case. I was confused by this part because I didn't remember who the lady was who he was talking to. I wasn't sure if that was the aide chick who was with Wyatt or if it was like another detective person. Again, y'all, I started dozing off, so I missed that part. So put that down in the comments and tell me exactly who she was because I kind of missed it. All I know is when I jumped up out of my sleep, Jim was talking to the same girl on the phone, and Oscar was sitting there, and it was the same girl that was just with the detective Jen Lynn and George Lynn, and they're all in cahoots with each other for something. So that happened, and we get to the last scene where Benny and Hannah shows up to Candice Hotel. They basically cussing her out, trying to tell her that she need to stop what she doing, move out. They give her the letter. Candice starts crying about the letter because of what baby Quincy wrote in a letter about he wants his mom to be a good mom and take care of him like a mom and pray for grandmom and all this other stuff. So basically, this scene is the same shit that's been going on between Benny, Hannah, and Candice. Now Candice is blaming, what's her name, Benny, and I was kind of with her. I was like, well, yeah, she right. I mean, Benny, you forced her to give up her son. She put her son in foster care to be safe until she got her shit together to be able to take him, and you forced him. You forced her to give up her son. So she did it because she loved you and she knew you were coming from a good place. And now her son is dead. So I kind of identify with it, but I'm like, damn, Candice, like, come on. So finally, this is the first time I ever heard Hannah defend Candice. She was like, Benny, let's just go. She's hurting too. She did lose her son. So I was like, oh, okay, Hannah, understandable. So you get a knock at the door. The dude that Candice told to come up to her room, the new dude that she about to fuck for some money or get some money out of, he shows up. Come in, they going back and forth. And Benny's like, I know that ain't no John, that ain't no nigga you bringing up in here. And Candice like, yeah, it is. And y'all get the fuck out. So the dude walks in the room like, whoa, I'll leave. And Candice like, no, you stay. And Hannah's just sitting there quiet. And Benny's like, leave. And Candice like, no, you stay. He's like, I'ma go. But Hannah's just staring. And out of nowhere, the big banger to why my wig was snatched, to why I had to wear my scarf for y'all tonight in this review, was the guy that Candice was about to fuck is her dad. She was about to fuck her dad and didn't even know it. I said, bitch, if I was ever jumped about my sleep, I jumped about my sleep in that moment, like completely was like, bitch, had to scratch the back of my neck, like, oh my God. So, I mean, that was the have and the have-nots. Again, it was episode 3. I was bored the whole episode. If I forgot anything, put it down in the comments. Let's chat about it. Don't forget, guys, follow me at Chatty Reese on Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Chatty Reese. And make sure you guys like my Facebook page at then hashtag Chatty Reese, then space show. And I will see you guys next week. I think next week is where the shit about to kick into high gear. So this was just the wig snatcher. And then we going there. But until then, see y'all next time. Peace.